Hey guys, we're going to do a quick down and dirty CST management tutorial. We get a lot of questions about it in the group, so I just figured I'd make this, and then hopefully this will help some folks out. So I've just drug a bunch of B-raw clips onto my timeline. The first thing you're going to want to confirm is you're going to want to go into color management and make sure that you're not using a color managed color science, that you're just using Davinci YRGB. Set an appropriate timeline color space. I prefer to use Davinci Wide Gamut Intermediate. And an output color space. I'm going to be delivering for web, and my monitor is also currently set up and calibrated to 709 Gamma 2.2. If you were delivering to a TV, other delivery, you may want to use 2.4. So you would pick, again, you'd pick your appropriate output color space and gamma here. Just make sure that's all good. And then really quickly, we're going to do a single CST scenario. So a lot of people are like, how do I get all my clips developed quickly? Well, one way to do that is to just create a group. So I'm going to select all my clips here, and I'm going to create a new group. Actually, I'm going to name it. So I'm going to call this 1CST. And once I've done that, as normally you would only have timeline and clip up here, but now you have post clip and pre clip. You can also select these this way. So I have all my clips and I want to quickly develop them. So what you can do is you just drag a CST. My clips are B-Raw Gen 5. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select Blackmagic Wide Gamut 4.5 and film Gen 5, and I want to output Rec 709 and Gamma 2.2, and there you go. All your clips have at least a base color on them, and it's literally that easy. Now let's very quickly talk about why I like to use group post clip and not timeline. Well, timeline's great. It affects everything on your timeline. You'd think, well, why don't we put our CST there? You certainly can. However, if you start mixing clips, so say I want to come in here and I start adding, so I'll come over here. I've got a bunch of GoPro clips here. So if I add GoPro clips on here now, I'll put them on another thing. If I had a CST on my timeline, it would be affecting my GoPro clips as well. So what I would do in this instance is select some GoPro clips, come back to color, and now I can take my GoPro clips and I can create a new group, GoPro clips. And now on this group, I have an independent CST or DCTL or whatever it is you're going to use to do your GoPro clips. I have an independent group for that. And so anything I apply here will now just affect these. Moving back to our B-Raw, the point of doing a post clip with an output CST is because you want to grade under it. So you want to grade before it. So back here, you'd want to make all your changes in your clip page here. And, you know, if you want to do some exposure, I like to use linear gamma. And, you know, so I want to do some exposure changes. You can do that really quickly. Exposure, for example, white balance, and so on and so forth. You can just keep adding nodes and then grade your clip independently, but the output will be affected by your output CST. Now, I personally prefer a CST sandwich. So with a sandwich, we're just going to go ahead and come back. We're going to go to CST sandwich. We're back to square one. And here, we're going to select all our clips. We're going to add into a new group. I'm going to call it CST sandwich. And again, you have a pre-clip and a post-clip. So what I'll do in this instance is I will drag a CST over here. I will set it to Davinci Wide Gamut. I will set it to Davinci Intermediate, Rec 709, Gamma 2.2. Personally, I like to use luminance mapping. with a max input of 10,000 and a custom max output of 100. So that basically sets up my output transform, and then I'm going to come over here and same thing again. Black Magic Gen 4.5, and I'm going to use Film Gen 5. And then for my output here, I'm going to Davinci again, Davinci Wide Gamut, Davinci Intermediate, and you have the same exact result as you would by going only using the output. But now everything on your clip tree is going to be in Davinci Wide Gamut color space and allow you a little bit more latitude in your grading. And it's really as simple as that. And again, if you add different clips or more clips, you just create a new group and set your CSTs. So if you have S-Log on your input, you would change this over to S-Log. You can go to Sony, and you could get into like S-Gamut 3, whatever your Sony settings need to be, and S-Log options. And that's all you would have to change. Now, the beauty of all this is that you can come over here and create a Powergrade album. I'll call this, I don't know, CST School. Now, what you can do is you can take stills. So I'm going to grab a still, and I'm actually going to label this input DWG. And then I'm going to go to my post clip, and I'm going to grab another still, and I'm going to label it output 709. And it's quite simple. So if I just reset these grades, I'm on my pre-clip. I go to my input, drag it over here, and bang, I'm set up perfectly. Now I go to my output, drag this over here, and bang, I'm set up exactly the way I want to be for my application. So that's the down and dirty color management with CSTs. Hopefully this will help some of y'all get to a quicker starting point more efficiently. All right. Have a good one, guys.